Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new here. Nope, this is Pro Wrestling Logic. This is the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel, Superstars of Wrestling Review Series, December 10th, 1994. We got through the early part of 95 here, also going back to the WCW series as well. Jeff Jarrett basically talks about being country music star in 1995 being his year. Jarrett is a pretty major star at this point, going into the 1995, I guess you'd say season, year, whatever, as a major contender for the Intercontinental Championship. And there is a confrontation between Jerry Lawler and Razor Ramon. That confrontation pretty consistent there. Also includes a vignette promoting the debut of Hakushi, featuring Henry O'Godwin, and also unveiling the broadcasting of the tag team title tournament and announcement for the finals would take place at the 1995 Royal Rumble. Razor Ramon, Chris Hamrick, Razor's Edge 305. Hamrick, a guy who later becomes a force in ECW, but managing to not be much more than a tackling dummy here. Razor Ramon, of course, your Intercontinental Champion, having won the championship back at the SummerSlam of the 1994 previous year. Amazing to me, though, I can go back and watch stuff from, let's say, 1980 through 97, so that 17-year period, and always enjoy most of what's offered, and things make sense. You get to 1998 and beyond, and wrestling just falls off hard, save for ECW up through the end, although the TNN run is kind of weak as well. Anyway, fallaway slam that Henrik sells very well. The back suplex from the second rope on the inside, and the Razor's Edge 1, 2, 3. Razor Ramon in control, hyping the Intercontinental Championship as a major thing. Back when it was, you can't even remember who the champion is half the time these days. Hype for the WWF stars, including Razor Ramon, among others, in the Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade. Still a major thing. Also hype for the Tag Team Championship Tournament. Mom and Bam Bam Bigelow and Tatanka are teams in that deal. And the Royal Rumble will be the place where that Tag Team Tournament kind of squares off. Also, Heavenly Bodies and the Bushwhackers, the leaders of those two matches, end up being a deal there. There are a total of 8 teams in the tournament. The Head Shrinkers will be in the tournament as well as former tag team champions. Head Shrinkers, of course, facing off against the nature of Jim Neidhart and the Rocket Owen Hart, and then of course the Smoking Guns in the team in the running as well. Smoking Guns, of course, not exactly at the place of being tag team champions, but they're trying to get there sooner or later, and Well Done is their adversaries here. So continuing going forward there, the Smoking Guns are in an enhancement match in the next segment. The Smoking Guns, Bart and Billy, having been around since probably about summer '93, so about a year and a half here. The Phantom is one of the adversaries for the Guns. Phantom, Smoking Guns defeating Ray Hudson and them. The backbreaker accidental combination double team from the Guns is going to lead them to a victory here. Very basic maneuverings and simplistic things there, and ultimately managing to do what he can where he can are both members of the Gun team, leading things forward as it relates to their own, I guess you'd say, foray into making things happen in a positive way. Anyway, so the Guns are, grabbing side headlocks, trying to get takeovers, takedowns, and the double team maneuver, getting them a quick victory. Guns in control of the majority. Then there's hype for, and a lot of just back talk from the Superstars of Wrestling run. There is a guest ring announcer, young lady, probably a teenager, who Jerry Lawler makes fun of pretty hard. Owen Hart up next in an enhancement match. Owen, of course, still embittered in his feud with Bret Hart, even after even they run almost 2 years to that. Chris Kanyon, who later becomes a guy in WCW, who's a pretty major guy, does come back to the WWF as a semi-star post his WCW run. Canyon, though, doing enhancement work here. Owen Hart making him look really smooth and vice versa. I think Canyon could have been a guy had Vince been a little less size orientated. That could have been a major force in the area for them to have gone with in a deeper way, but that obviously does not occur. Some hip tosses and other basic stuff by Canyon. Canyon, though, obviously kind of doing the tie-dye thing and just a little awkward. Canyon goes up for a moonsault, misses, and Owen Hart gets the sharpshooter, gets a victory there. Vignette for Hakushi almost looks like something straight out of Mortal Kombat at the time, which might have been where they were trying to go with it. Then we see Aldo Montoya managing to get in an enhancement match with none other than Ben Jordan. He hits him with a bulldog off the second rope on the inside in about 3.5 minutes. Aldo Montoya gets a couple of takedowns and some basic maneuvers, arm bars and the like, simple stuff. And ultimately, getting a victory there is Aldo, and pretty basic maneuvers along the way. And again, the Ben Jordan and Aldo Montoya match. Aldo was a gimmick, but the gimmick never would have worked. The talent could have, but as mentioned, I mean, basic stuff, small packages, and then the second rope bulldog. Aldo, kind of an attempted gimmick that just could have gone better anyway. So he gets the bulldog and ultimately $1 Million Man out next with the $1 Million Corporation. Tatanka out. Tatanka certainly after the heel turn in 1994 SummerSlam. A lesser talent in terms of influence there, but they're still trying because he's still probably got time left on a deal, and he's not a bad hand or anything. Mike Chloe is his opponent, and he beats pretty quickly with a Samoan drop. Tatanka, though, certainly bloating up and not looking nearly as happy as he used to be there, nor is he looking terribly in the best physical peak shape. Samoan drop, 1, 2, 3, off we go. And then we move to another in the series of matches here. The head shrinkers, before that though, do a right guard spot where they eat the deodorant, which with kids eating Tide Pods these days would never fly as an advertising campaign. Also, some exchanges as it relates to Doink receiving Dink from SummerSlam or from Santa Claus the year before. Doink in an enhancement match here to close out the show pretty much, and facing off against an enhancement talent, Chris Harrison, Whoopee Cushion. 1, 2, 3, really basic maneuvers, nothing worth checking out. And the Doink character, obviously post Matt Bourne, not nearly as influential, important, or valuable overall, but still having something for the kids makes sense, so we go that way. Anyway, we'll be back with more right after this.